Evening YouTube, Zanrith here. Back in the garage, little update for you guys, what's going on with everything in here. Z125, exhaust is, I hope this is looking the right way by the way. Exhaust is over here, engine's coming out, got some shifting issues still to play with, and it is October, getting later in the season, so that's that. XS650, I put fuel in it, it runs okay, it sputters. Carbs are coming out. Two things that I can bring up to my apartment all winter, rip them all apart, rebuild them, not a problem. ZX 6R is probably toast. The oil pan is shot and the engine casings look messed up. So waiting for my dealer to write that up to see if it's totaled and if I get a different bike. Yeah, that's me. So I think today's projects, I think I'm going to stop this because this is leaking a little bit of oil on my floor, or not oil, fuel on my floor. I'm trying to bring the key for it because I'm an idiot. So what I wanted to do was pull the carbs off that and put, I think I have it here, this clamp, this beautiful clamp that I got, probably Harbor Freight, on the fuel line for the winter so that fuel doesn't leak out of the tank. Basically, just simplest thing. And then rebuild the carbs on it. I think once I got it running for a while and got things going, I should have taken the carbs off probably like middle of last year. What time did I get this running last year? Anyways, little ways after I got that, I should have taken them off because I moved everything around in it and just did the carbs one last time, but I didn't. So, and I got stuff all in my own way here because I'm packing up the garage for winter and stuff too. So looking back, I dropped it behind the petcock, the vertical for the hose, and I think what I'm going to have to do is pull the hose, which is attached to a, how do I do this? To a T, you know what a T looks like, I don't care. To a T back in there, and then put a new hose on just to hold fuel in that. But of course, my dumbass didn't bring what I needed, so... Oh, there goes a pod filter. Oh, that could have been part of the problem. Pod filter was barely on there. I'm just gonna keep breaking my own stuff today, apparently. That's what mood I'm in. Chipped another piece off of that a second ago. That was a good move there, Zan. That had to be repainted anyways. That fell off one of my first rides. So, we'll get that. We'll fix that. To make more work for myself, right? That's what we do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the fuel line off of this after I drain it out, and then put the clamp on a new piece of hose if I can find one, which I think I have somewhere around here. Seems clean in there. I don't know. But yeah, I'm also way over there on painting a caliper. Bought a new caliper for the car. And I gotta make a video of that car and show you guys what I bought. It's friggin' awesome. I like it. I can do this for now. I'm just trying to get it temporary so I don't want to leak any more fuel than I have to out of this darn thing. So there, it's on there. Let's pinch her off. This will at least keep it from leaking any fuel, because it looks like the fuel is coming out of the carbs themselves, so it's somehow making it through the petcock and down. So it is from the 80s, who knows? So let's just pinch this off so that we don't get any more flow. We'll be good to go. And yeah, that rhymed. Get used to it. Okay. So now I can, with this pinched off, I can drain the carbs. Put a little tube on the bottom. I gotta find my tubing somewhere around here. Put some tubing on the bottom of each of the carbs. Open them up, drain them out so that the whole system doesn't have any fuel left in it. And then I can take the carbs off with leaving the fuel up in here for now. Then when it's all off, I can replace that with another hose. Which, when I find the hose that goes to this, that might be the hose I use, if it'll fit. on the petcock. So, guess the thing we really have to do is look through my garage of horrors here. Let's see what we can find. Car parts, a whole care kit that I've had for 3 years I've never opened. Love it. Towels, some more towels. Thank you, brother William, helping with his car. He bought me some towels. Look at that. Look at that hose. Beautiful. This is windshield washer tubing hose. Made in Thailand. This might work. This might be the wrong size though. I thought there was more in here. Oh, no. I gotta bring all this stuff. So like all this stuff, all the chemicals, all these things have to go inside for the winter soon because it's gonna start to get freezing. And if they freeze, a lot of it goes bad. So battery protector. Okay, so I think this hose will work. I think so. Car parts, motorcycle parts. Here, let's start throwing some of these in here. We'll just take that box inside with us. That's the fun of living in a place where you don't have A, heated garage, B, power, C, it freezes, is you got to move your chemicals inside, outside. Some people don't. Some people just run by in the spring, but I'm cheap. So the oils and stuff can all stay out. They don't have a problem. Greases, brake stuff. Why is my helmet out here? We'll figure these things out. Just keep confusing myself. Okay. Now that's upside down. Perfecto. Okay, you're good for a minute. I gotta get a key for you. You, on the other hand, I think I brought a key for. Voila. Put my knife away before I hurt myself. The other thing I should do, and sooner than later, is just pull this battery out. This bike it's done for the year. Since the exhaust's already off, the engine's coming out. I'm just gonna take the battery out, and then we don't have to do it later. 10 millimeter? What do you think? It looks way too small. Smaller. 8 mil. Perfect. So somebody in the comments tell me, do you take the positive or the negative off first? Because I've seen it both ways on the internet. And I think when I was working at Monroe, and it confused me. I worked at Monroe Muffler for a while. They always told me to do negative first. Negative. Let's get it out of the way. Positive. Don't lose any parts of it. Voila. So yeah, it looks like I could clean this up a little bit too. There's some dirt on the battery, under it. Now that it's out, we can get a... Where are my screwdrivers? We get Nubby over here. Oh. Went to the junkyard. Another thing I'm building, guys, and I'll probably include you guys on that one, is I started sim racing a little bit. Oh, look at that. Hold this way out here just to make sure you guys can see it. So I started sim racing with my Logitech G92, and I wouldn't say I'm a great sim racer or by any means, but I had a lot of fun playing Assetto Corsa. And so I went to the junkyard because I want to build a small sim rig, and I got a chair out of a 2008 Mitsubishi Eclipse. It looks like a race seat, and I want to build probably out of wood because I'm a good woodworker. Obviously, can't do it here. I don't have the tools here, but my father is a hell of a carpenter. I want to build a sim rig, and I'll probably bring you guys along on it, show you my build and all that stuff. And then I got to build a better computer because sim racing takes up a lot of power. My computer is old, so that might be hurting my lap times and stuff too, because my computer can't keep up with the game. But that's another thing. Another time. I'm a big gamer too. Okay, that's out. That's over there. We can put the seat back on, because that doesn't have to come off. I don't think, for a minute at least. Maybe take it off to get the covers off. Voila. Voila. Okay. So, what's next? What's next is I'm going to repaint that. I'll be back. There you go. So, coat 2 of the caliper is coming along really well, but I should have read the instructions and not jump to it. I basically just put on a heavier coat than I probably should have for the first coat, so oh well. It's going to hold up a lot better than not painting them, so. Okay. Without the key for that, I don't feel like going back upstairs. I don't really have much else to work on that right now. And I got all tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be beautiful. It's like I planned this. Good enough. Alright, Z125 time. Let's see what we can do. Got my cool lights on, which I haven't finished the 3D print design for this yet. I keep messing that up. Okay, so a while ago, I'm gonna take this off my head. Let's make sure I got this angled. I probably don't. So this is all wet again. Got oil on it. I wiped all this down once and it hasn't moved, run, anything since then. So we're leaking. And I'm gonna get under my bike with you guys. But where? Like, it's okay. So it's not really. Is it dripping? I should get my phone out. It might be coming down this side. I'm trying to just pinpoint this before we start taking everything apart. Phone's out. Can't type. Save my life and my password. Okay. So it's a little wet in here. This is my phone now. Okay. But it's very wet down here. So is it leaking through the cases? Because that my problem is the cases are loose. What is that? Hold on, folks. Let's put my phone not underneath it so that I don't. Sorry, I'm blinding YouTube here, but let's take a wipe at this. Okay, there's this metal thing too that's poking down here. What is this? Huh. Maybe I'll set up a time. No, I don't think. Wait a second. And we're gonna keep an eye right in here. I swear I just saw oil seeping through. But either way, this engine's getting pulled right about now. I stop touching it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm gonna pull this engine. Starting to pull. I'm gonna continue pulling this engine. Put you guys back on my head. After I mess up my head. Yeah, okay, sorry about the crap audio probably. Also got a light that I never charged, so that's always good. So what it looks like, from what I was looking at, is 1, 2, 3. I'm just making sure. 1, 2, 3 engine bolts, and the whole thing, in theory, drops out. Like, you know, you've got all this other stuff attached, but those are the main bolts that hold it in. So I want to start by doing, you know what? Scratch anything I've set up until this point. We're not taking this engine out. We are going to tighten this. Okay, so I read online that the rear engine bolt comes loose, and that causes problems shifting. I assumed it was this one, but now that I've got this more apart, it's probably that one. This thing is so dirty. Oh my god! I really just want to. Oh my god, it's so dirty. Okay, I gotta just keep cleaning as I go. So what I think we'll do is torque this down to 44 foot-pounds. But that doesn't solve my oil problem. See, I'm debating my steps here that I want to. You know what? We're pulling the engine no matter what. We got to solve the oil problem. We're gonna take the other side off. We're gonna replace the clutch and springs in it. We'll see if we can retorque the cases together. Maybe that's part of the problem. Go back under here. I don't see any oil again, but oh, do we? Or do we? Do we see a little oil there? No. Okay, it's just. Yeah, we're pulling it. You know what? No. Second guessing and triple guessing myself is we're pulling this engine right from there. So we're gonna have to take the sprocket off, the chain off, all that fun stuff. And I don't know. Oh, there's the chain. Chain's got a separator on it, a link separates, so we can separate it, pull it apart. We can pull the chain. I think I have the right pliers for that guy, which doesn't even look like it's in all the way, does it, folks? Like, that does not look like it's right. This looks like it should be way over here. It's way over, whatever. We'll fix that too. Maybe get a new part. Oh, it probably shouldn't be that wiggly, huh? Oh, man, I really wish I had better lighting. I gotta maybe get a new headlight or something. Okay, let's find the right tool. It's gonna be a really boring YouTube video for you guys, but we're gonna keep working, and you guys can skip my video if you need to. I don't mind. I know this isn't always fun, but the other good thing about these videos for me, from my point of view, and Greg, you can skip. You really don't like my videos anyways because they're boring. But the good thing for me is I get to see what I did. So if I like, this is gonna be a part, let's say all winter. Look at that. Oh yeah. So if this bike's apart all winter and I don't know where this went, I can look back through my videos, and even if it's edited out for you guys, I can still see it, and I can go back to my bike and figure it all out. I wonder if I can just tricky. Okay, let's take this off of here at least and inspect this sprocket. Teeth look good on it. It's dirty like everything else. Oh, already got myself greased. Okay. Back to the toolbox over here, the chemical box. Okay, so this is brake cleaner. I don't recommend doing what I'm about to do, but we're doing it anyways. Brake cleaner is great for cleaning brake parts, car parts. Those mechanics of us that use it for cleaning our hands, probably not the smartest people in the world, but we're gonna use it to clean our hands. I like to keep my hands clean because I like to touch my bikes a lot. So cleaning my hands is kind of important, which is counterproductive a lot of the times. And especially on my car, I'm always pulling something off that's greasy because it's old. So it's better. And just for YouTube's sake, pull out the expensive gloves. So these are like 6mm gloves. They're super thick. They're way too thick. This was a dumb idea. For those of you looking for gloves like these, Amazon, 8mm orange. And the reason I bought orange is because I can do this and point at things, and you don't lose it as a black glove. This is actually bought specifically for you guys. Well, and because I like orange, but mostly for YouTube. And also, I can put a part on my hand like this, and you guys can see those teeth look okay on that. So this was back side of it. This is front side. You can see where the, or I can see, I don't know if you guys can. You can see where that snap ring was in there. It didn't look like it was great. Like it was set in there right. Okay, neutral, okay. Could that have been part of my problem? The snap ring wasn't right? Goddamn right, Kenny. And these snap ring pliers are neat because I can flip them both ways. So I can use it for inners and outers. Let's see if I can snap this in a different way and it actually sits right. You know, I bought this from a dirt bike owner. They may have just swapped out this sprocket for something else. Like, this may be the right sprocket for the bike. Or this snap ring might not be right either. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the specs on this snap ring and this sprocket. And we're going to make sure we get the right pieces and right parts in there. And this snap ring, oh, it's bent. That won't help. So they may have not had the, which would make no sense to me. This kid was a hell of a dirt bike rider, and his dad's worked on a lot of bikes, but maybe they didn't have a snap ring separator plier like this, and they just took a pair of pliers or a pair of or like a screwdriver and jammed it in there to get this thing out. If they even got it out. So let's do this too. Should be a, is it 14, I think, tooth? So let's count. Start it, there's a 10 there. I'm gonna count the bottom, or 109 maybe. 109. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this may not be the right sprocket. I'm pretty sure they said this is supposed to be 14 tooth. That I just counted 13 twice. Okay, I'm losing my mind here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This may not be the right sprocket too. Okay, so we have to look at how many teeth are supposed to be on this thing too. Not a big deal. It's something we can fix. But that could be why that this doesn't fit on there. Right? This might not be the right sprocket. This might just be something they had like a generic laying around. Let's see if we can just get this in the groove without the sprocket in place. Is there a direct angle it's supposed to go? Yeah, it's a little loose, so we're going to replace that. It looks like it should be pinching a lot harder. So I guess the other thing we could do is take these and squish this down a bit too and get it really in place. I thought I snapped the tips off this thing. We could really just, but I think if I'm not mistaken, I have a whole box of these somewhere. Oh, wrong way. But we're going to get the right parts. We're going to make sure that it's supposed to be a 13 tooth. And if not, we will get the right sprocket on there. We'll get the right part. But let's look back here for a second. Cotter pins. Bearing tool. Solderless connectors. Flaring tool. I thought I had more tools. Hole saw. Okay, never mind. I was 90% sure I had one. We'll check over here. Nope. Nope. Ah, lost in my toolbox is getting worse. That'll never work. Okay, this is a 15 tooth for a Ninja 300. It's off my old one that I sold. Man, I really thought there was a yellow box down here somewhere. Okay, let's get way down in there. Okay. Aha, see? Dig deeper. Tool supply specialties, read. It doesn't tell me what it is though. Aha, 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 folks. Now we're good to go. Look how close those are. Okay, these are all SAE, but let's at least take a look at the two. Tell us what the difference is. Let's look at one of these. Like, look how tight those are compared to that. That is, yeah, that's got to go. That's got to be replaced. I don't think any of these will work because they're no bueno. But I have a whole kit for that. Yeah, this has got to go. So this has got to get replaced. Zan, make a note of that. It's got to get replaced. So that could be part of the problem with it not shifting right. I doubt it though, just because there's something else going on here. Yeah, and this seal is not leaking like I thought it was. There'd be some kind of moisture there. There's not. I think it's just pushing back. Okay. See, we find more things, we fix more things. Long ass video of nothingness. My apologies. Also, the sounds that you hear in the background of this, because I'm going to edit it this way, are from my boy Tim. Check him out on SoundCloud. His link will be in the description below. He's making some cool music. He's given me, by the time I post this, I'm going to verify with him that he's given me rights to post his music. He kind of said yes, but I just want to double check with him. He's a good kid. So, yeah. He's going to have a lot of cool music coming out. He's making it all himself. He's been making it for years, but just started posting to SoundCloud. I wonder if this will work for this. It's actually probably a better tool for this. I've actually only ever done this with a screwdriver, like put a screwdriver in there and twist it. Chain break it. Oh man, that rear sprocket is gross. We're gonna spend a lot of time cleaning this bike over the next year or two as we take things apart, but as I'm also down a bike now, it's become a priority to fix my other two, because my nice new bike is KIA. Not MIA, KIA. Killed in action. Zan has killed one. And maybe we'll get a new chain too, so we're just going to take this off the wrong way. With the wrong tool. A really bad screwdriver for this. Oh man. That's really in there. So on my other bikes, this comes off nice and easy. But on this one, I'm assuming that there's dirt and rust behind here because it's a pain in the butt. There we go. Part of it. Let's see how rusty this looks. Oh yeah, there's some rust in there, I think. Looks like rust, but it's moving now. Probably doesn't help that there's a lot of tension on it too. If I did this, it might help me out. Hey, look at that. Not the smartest technician out here, but also not really a good technician either. Okay, so we're gonna check the tooth on that. We'll get a new spring. We're gonna, or a new snap ring? Snap ring, right? Right, everybody? Snap ring? Someone correct me. Snap ring. I'll probably just end up getting a new chain. I don't know if everybody can hear that, but the rest of the city's out in fast moods tonight. They are ripping around. Yeah, this thing is dirty. I cleaned it a couple times, but I just don't think I'll ever get it really clean. It's just so used. And I mean, there's not a lot of miles on the bike, but pretty sure it's just abused. It says 30 on it. I don't know. I'll have to count those sprockets too. They could have thrown the whole bike off if these sprockets aren't right. Like, wouldn't have felt right. Oh yeah, look at it. Oh yeah, that's filthy. So it might just be time for a new chain. I'm just gonna clip this on here enough so it doesn't come off. If I can. Okay, there, it's on there enough that it won't come off, so I won't lose that part. So I'm going to start another one of those buckets, I think, for Z125 part soon. Put this guy away. Yeah, it's away. Good enough. And continue on. Slight break. I'm going to rotate that caliper. Do. And we're back. Painting is going great, if anyone cares. Okay. So big electrical harness up here that comes down. Got to take the intake off. Might as well take the plastics off to get a better view in here too. And I can show you guys more of what's wrong with this bike. So what do I need? So this plastic's under this plastic, which is this whole thing, right? Which is on top of that. So I gotta take this and that off. Which is fine because I want to sand these down a bit too before I paint them. So Kawasaki. Ooh, that's not clipped in there right either. Yeah, this thing's all bent up. It's kind of like, at what point do I not make it perfect? That's a real question. Pretty sure that it's going to be rideable, and that's about good. Okay, so this clips into there, but it's not going in well. Why not? Oh. That could be why right there. This is not. I think this is just bent. Okay. 1, 2, really? That and this looks like it. Okay, so Kawasaki's gonna mess with me, aren't they? And they're gonna require me to use either a 5 or a 4 and a Phillips head to get this off. So back to old stubby here. This is a 5 mil, way too big. 4 mil, just right. I think I've already replaced this bolt here that I'm taking out with the correct bolt from Kawasaki. And that was in there when I got the bike, so I don't know if that's the correct bolt or not. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And where's this gotta go? There's one here. There we go. That wasn't hard. So this is kind of beat up and this is melted a little bit. It's not great, but that's a plastic piece I will not be replacing. Cleaning, scrubbing, yes. Replacing? No. I'm gonna put the bolts back where I found them because that way I won't put them in the wrong spot next time. And this is a great habit I've gotten into of actually putting stuff back. See, oil everywhere, grease, gross. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at the underside of the tank. Fuel pump must be somewhere. This guy, fuel delivery or something here. Sensors. Okay, here is a, I'm gonna guess, neutral sensor, maybe a crankcase and speed sensor. Sure what I'm looking at, I just know that they go in here. Are these are completely different. So these are 3 different, completely different sensors with 3 different plugs, so you can't really mess putting those back in because there's only one way they go in. There's a 3rd sensor here. Oh, these are 2 of the same. I'm not sure what that sensor is, but okay. It's through there. I'm gonna guess that's a speed sensor because it's right near where this is spinning. So many sensors. That is like one sensor. This is 400 for just one thing, which is the way the world went. We went electronic and everything controlled by computers, including us. Another sensor of something. EGR valve, I have no idea. PCV valve, I have no idea. Now, just for gets and shiggles. I gotta take it out at some point, but I'm here, so I'm gonna do it because it's bothering me not knowing, and if I wait until I don't know, then I don't know what I don't know, and we're gonna be SOL. So what I'm doing, for those of you who don't know, is I'm gonna torque down that rear engine mount to the 44 foot-pounds, according to the Kawasaki book, that I need. It's 40, 1, 2, 3, and 4 lock. Now the problem with that is I don't know where my sockets are still. Oh, I know where my sockets are. Sockets are all in my apartment. I don't think I have a 14mm socket that I can use for that right now. On screwdrivers. 12, 14. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to mess up my torque at all, but we have to convert this from quarter to half, or from quarter to half inch. Probably not the smartest move, but we're at least going to test something. And we're going to have just enough room to spin it, I think. I think so. Ho ho. No way. Really? Okay, so it spun a bit before it clicked. So that, if that's all it was, I'm gonna be so mad, so mad. But we found it, we tested it, we'll get back to it later. Missing a socket. Found my socket. Why are you out? Who let you out? Okay. Put you away, put you away. So that engine bolt over here, gotta get my wrench off now. Of course I tightened it down. Oh, come on. Okay. So tighten that bolt down, and it did turn before it clicked. It may have been just loose enough that it wiggled and this wasn't shifting right. And I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset if that was the only thing. But we'll never know because I'm gonna take the whole thing apart and clean it and fix it. And that will be relevant. The other thing I was thinking of was taking that off, but I don't need that off yet. So, okay, let's just scratch what I'm doing. So we're gonna unplug those, unplug that. We've got the intake over here, and this, what is this guy? Well, it doesn't matter what it is, we're gonna unplug it. Should we drain the oil before we take it upstairs? We probably should, right? We should probably get the oil out of this darn thing. And that will allow us to put the new drain plug and gasket in there. Now it's a bigger one than a 14mm, which we're gonna need that later, but we're gonna put it away for now because it'll just get in my way. And my 17, missing an 18 and an 11 if anyone wants to buy any SK sockets or open-ended wrenches. I need those two. Oh, I thought they're coming my way. Upside down, so lefty loosey is which way? That's tight, that's loose. Okay. I hope. Let's check. Yeah, it was loose. We're good. Or I just stripped it. Oil pan, oil pan, oil pan before I start leaking. The other problem I have in a tiny garage is my oil pan is where? Is I lose things on myself in my tiny garage. Oh my gosh, it was right in front of me, guys. Come on. Pay attention, Zan. Perfect. Now we're on the other side of the bike. And of course, I never charge my other light like that, so I have no light on this side. And we're going to walk back around because I'm too lazy to slide this bike back a little bit to walk closer, and I'm too lazy to put that away because the parts that are in there go in my car. So this is the bolt I pulled off, and it is still not clean. Jeebus. I don't think that was the leak, but man, it's dirty. Yeah, like I said, this was used on a dirt bike track to get back and forth between the race and the trailer. And then like these are rounded off, like someone put a vice grip on it. The washer's dirty. That was my only problem. I'm getting mad too. But I bought new parts, especially for these. You always want to have a nice clean drain plug and gasket so you have less leaks, less possibility of leaks. Please organize yourself, Zan. You're killing me. Love editing, Zan. Kawasaki parts. Let's put those over here. Drain plug gasket. Booyah. Brand new Kawasaki official. Let's see if they look anything like. I put them down. I'm never gonna find them again. Oh, I'm done with myself today. Yeah, they look right. Good enough. So they're probably the official ones, but they were not put together well, or not cleaned, or something. Plug hole looks okay. Doesn't look like there's any debris or anything on it, but it doesn't mean it didn't just come off with the plug. The washer. Come on. Getting dark out, folks. Getting dark. Table's got some grit on it. I don't want to get any grit on that. Cause a bad seal. So that last gasket is really tight to this, and this one is the same darn way. I thought it might be a little looser, and I'm just losing my mind, but man, that thing isn't tight as heck. It's almost like it's not the right gasket. Oh wow. Look at that one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is mangled. That might have been causing a problem. So each of these little punches, I don't know if you guys can see, like it's like a little punches seem to be a flat spot on this. Am I supposed to really just force this in there? I mean, this one was. I don't know, man. Let's get a pair of pliers and see if we can just get it to start rotating. There you go. A pair of lineman pliers. There it goes. There it goes. That's weird 'cause it's just so darn tight. Like, yeah, that's how it seals, but man, what a pain in the butt that was. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, that's how it seals properly, is it just kind of crushes it on there. Oh, we'll see. We'll see if we break our bike. Okay, got it on there. Spin it up. And I don't know what the correct torque is for this, but never had a problem with drain bolts before. So I'm just going to do it my way, which is get it tight and then don't strip it. Plus that we're not going to hold oil in this thing for a while. It's going to be okay. Wiper off, okay. Let's grab let's think. Let's grab the 10 and the 8. And let's see if this intake is either of these. So the intake's back here. Definitely way too big for that. Let's try the 8mm. And it's under this little metal, what's called a heat shield. Shielding it from the engine heat. And it's 8mm. And loosen. Loosen. Okay, so we'll be able to loosen that. We have to disconnect this guy up in here, which is in between a lot of things. It seems like it could have been routed outside of it to be easier to get to. And may have been at one point, but then got changed back around. But where is the... What do I push in on this to get that? Right there? Come on, get out of there. Okay, there we go. Whatever it is, it's really sealed. And nice. Okay, so it's, oh, it's through the heat shield too. Oh. Can it come out of that? We'll find out. We'll find that out in a minute. Where's the heat shield? The heat shield comes with the engine or not with the engine. It is clipped on the engine over here. It is part. Oh, wow, this thing is like, oh, that, okay, that just flips up. Okay, so that doesn't have to come with the engine there. And then how does it get around that? There's got to be a cut in it somewhere. We'll have to do an investigation on this one, but it's wrapped all the way around that wire I just unclipped, and then it's wrapped around the intake. But I don't see how they got it in the intake unless they put the intake on the bike first and then put the heat shield. No, they would have had to put it on the intake somehow, then put the intake on the bike, and then tighten down whatever that sensor is I just disconnected. Weird. Okay, other side of the intake is loosening. Yay. That actually came out a lot easier than this side. intake bolt, far side, nice. Intake bolt near side time. So Zan, where did you learn how to do all this? Bought that thing. Bought a 1982 XS650 and had to learn how to work on bikes. That's all. That's all, folks. It's like, do it what Dan always says. Just work. Just work. That didn't seem right. Now this one's being a little more stubborn on this side. It probably wouldn't hurt to take this other fairing off. So let's get old stubby faithful over here out. Let's work our way around and take this white fairing off. One. Take one here somewhere. Oh, might be easier just to take this big one out. I don't think this one is stock to the bike, and it's very loose, so I'm going to guess that this is not a stock bolt. So we're going to look into this bolt too. Maybe we'll just make this a super naked. We'll be putting no fairings on it. It just rides around without fairings ever again. Wow, there's no way this is stock. That's what I'm feeling. There's a nut in here. And there's no way that's a stock fitting. Okay, interesting. So we're gonna figure out how that actually clips on there. Get the correct fitting. Oh, this is the good side? Yeah, this is the good side. The other side's the bad side where it's got some waves in the plastic that I wanna sand off, grind off, whatever, before I put it back together. Well, this opens up the whole tank. I can see it now. It looks okay. Need some washing, of course. But yeah, I'll get the right bolt for this and the right attachment point for this and everything. We'll get that back to factory. It's the little things in life that make you feel better when something's back to factory standards. Oh my God, look at how much more room we opened up in here. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so back down under here. I can't really see a way to get this heat shield out of here at all, which begs the question of how did they get it on here? It's very interesting. Boots, maybe whatever this guy is here has to come off. Maybe I'm really excited about this heat shield. This is the coolest thing I've seen because it's like perfectly around it, but I can't find a break in it. I mean, unless just by bending this was enough to get it around it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like so precise. Of course, I just can't get enough room in there. Heat shield and this wire thing on. Let's unplug this guy too. Get this wire out of my way. There we go. Maybe this will help. Oops. Oh, look at that. A little more room too again. There we go. Now we can twist it with our hands. Don't worry, guys. I'm YouTube certified at this. Oh, I guess I gotta look at the other side of the bike. We've got a clutch cable that's coming down that will have to be disconnected from up there all the way down, and that might get replaced as well because I think it's damaged. The perch up there definitely took a hit at some point. Oh wow, look at that. I can't even get this off. Serious? How do you get this out then? It's hitting the heat shield. Okay, move the heat shield a bit more, bend it a little. 1, 2. That's the intake, folks. I hear a bike. None of my friends. You guys just saw my password, so we gotta make sure you don't see that again. Okay, there's another sensor up here. No, that's disconnected. This comes from the tank. Oh yeah, wow, yeah, look at it. There, oh yeah, that intake's completely disconnected. And I will take, instead of pulling that out, I already disconnected. There it goes, that bike. Oh, that might be the CB500 that's down the block. I didn't think he had an exhaust on it. That sounded like it had an exhaust. Thought his was pretty stock. It sounded kind of like Josh's bike or this when it's back together. Okay, so that's out of the way. And then this here is what? I don't know. There's two cables on the other side. Let's go to the other side. All the way around. It's getting late. Caliper's got to come in. I got to eat dinner. I don't know. Let's just see what we got left on this side. Okay, the dark side of the bike. Dark side of the moon. We've got whatever this... Oh. Whatever this is. Spark plug. Wire. Okay, that was easy. And then I have this clutch wire cable, which I have to loosen those with, I think, a 12 millimeter. Well, I want to disconnect this whole thing. Let's get this disconnected today. And tomorrow we can drop the whole thing out of the bike. With some help from the ever-talented and beautiful Heather. 12, I believe, is what we're looking for. Alright, if I'm going through this much trouble, I might as well replace the clutch cables. Okay, loosened. Loosened. Let's spread this guy a bit. And then, yeah, the perch got hit at some point, and the adjuster up there needs to be replaced. So we're going to replace that, or at least the adjuster. I don't know about the whole perch. Okay. Clutch cable, and then without the light, we're going to disconnect it so you can't see anything. Alright, YouTube, camera died. But I got the clutch cable off of there, and then it slides out in there. Here it is. Definitely feel like replacing it. Should be pretty cheap and easy. I've got this now is the last, and I'm going to keep saying that, this is the last thing. So this is a ground cable, I think the main ground for the bike. It comes from the battery down for electricity. And this is the last thing that needs to be disconnected before, I'm probably wrong because there looks like there's something else over here. No, we already disconnected that. Okay, and then this, maybe this thing, maybe whatever this is. Nope, that's attached to that. This just might have to be rerouted around something. This might be it, and then I can start pulling the engine out fully, which means I got to get probably my better, what's it called? I don't know. Use your words, Zan. Gotta get my better sockets from my apartment. Okay, battery cable disconnected. I was gonna sit down. My chair's on the other side of the bike. Let's look. Anything else? Oil thing? No, 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 no. Hello, hello. Alright, let's run through tonight's accomplishments really quick. What did I do? I forgot my keys to that bike. I painted a caliper over there. I took all the fairings off the side of this bike, and honestly, it's kind of cool to see it like this. Oh man, look at all that dirt up in there. Ugh. Okay, things to clean, things to do. I disconnected everything I could find attached to this bike from frame to bike to engine. Frame to engine, frame to engine. Why? Because we're pulling the engine. What do we have left? Maybe a couple miscellaneous things back in here. I can't tell what this goes to. Yep, there's something back in here we gotta pull, but it connects right there. So we'll get that out of there. Maybe easily, maybe not. Oh, okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's okay. We'll get it. It's a little tight in there. My hand doesn't fit. We'll get Heather to do it. Her hands are smaller. But we got one back here. Every other plug coming from the engine to the frame has been disconnected. I've triple checked a bunch of things, including the intake is disconnected, which I have the intake bolts down here. This is for editing Zan to remember. Intake bolts. Found this bolt on my table. Couldn't tell you what it's for right now. No idea where this came from. Could be a problem. Could be something else. Could be a bolt from a different bike. Could be, I don't know. But just so we all know, there's an extra bolt with a 9 on it that could be useful later in life. I doubt it's one of these bolts because those are in the... They're right here. So it's not those. It's not the bolt for this. I think it's screwed up too. So I don't know where this bolt goes, but we're going to hold on to it. We're going to put it right there next to those for now. It's not the bolt for this. So tomorrow, and only tomorrow, we have to remove 1, 2, 3 bolts, disconnect this back here, which I'm going to try to do again now that I'm thinking about it, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to come back out here and disconnect 2 bolts and 3 bolts and drop it, and then I'm going to test the tensile strength of, got it disconnected, of that wire, which we're good. We are going to take the engine out and prep it for going upstairs to the apartment for the winter. So that should be everything on this engine. That wait, no, that's not it either. Wouldn't be one of these bolts. No, it can't be one of these bolts. These bolts that go in here are in the undercowl, which is here somewhere. Where? I couldn't tell you exactly. So I don't know what this bolt goes to. It does have a 9 on it. Some of these have 9s on them. We'll figure it out. I'll probably look back in this and go, hey, Zan, you numbnuts, it's right there. But I can't see it right now. Or it's something I've replaced with the correct bolt, and that was the wrong bolt. That's a possibility too. This could have been for the old shift lever or something too, and this is just an old reusable bolt. But in any case of it, I am done for the night. I'm going to bed, and we will tackle this again tomorrow, which will probably be it'll probably just be the end of this video. Actually, I'll probably just end the video with that, pulling this out tomorrow, because why not finish a project in a video? So yeah, let's hit it again tomorrow. Okay, let's hit this. Let's hit it. Day two, fans of Zan, we're back. Taking this engine out of the Z125 like I promised, and somehow motivated myself to do today. Yesterday was a fun night, hanging out with some friends. Stayed up way too late and had to work on the car today, which didn't work at all. Not at all. No, it was a disaster. So I took a break, recentered, and we're gonna pull this engine out of the Z125. Got this today. What have we learned since yesterday? 13 tooth front sprocket, Z125 Pro, supposed to be 14. This should be very close together. This is very bent. I don't even know if this is the right one. We're going to replace both of those. We're going to keep this sprocket. We're going to clean it right up. We're actually going to put it on this for now, because it's really greasy. We're going to clean it up. We're going to make it look nice again. And we're going to keep it, but we're going to get the right one just to see what the difference in performance / speed, what do I want to say? The difference in gearing feels like on the bike. I love this 13 so far. It gives it, it's quick, 0 to 30, I don't know. It's quick, but I want to try what the real thing is, and I don't remember, but these didn't seem that expensive. I'm just trying to see if there's any markings on it. Unstar. UN, it might be SSTAR. It's like 2 S's. But it doesn't. It might not even be the right one for this bike, but we're gonna get the right one, the exact perfect. Blah blah blah. And the only reason I'm saying 14 is the right is I looked it up on Partzilla. Uh-oh. Okay, I met a new neighbor and her father who loves motorcycles. Awesome. What am I doing now? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm pulling this engine. Right, okay. So yesterday, I think I disconnected everything. This is a, found out this is the sensor for gear sensor. Tell you what gear you're in. Oh, that's what that is. What else do we learn? 14 tooth standard. Wrong piece of hardware somewhere around here. This guy. And what now? We're gonna pull it. So what we need is, I think it's a 14 mil. And I brought my toolbox that I haven't put away yet. Has all my junkyard and okay, just put some bubble wrap. It's in case I put parts on the floor. Oh god. Yeah, I worked on my car earlier and I never put anything away out of this. So, yeah, I'll be back in a minute when I put all this away. Okay, toolbox is put away. All the tools are back in my toolbox, or tool chest, toolbox, chest, block, whatever. So now we get to take this out. And then the last thing you do is you test the tensile strength of anything still connected. Like this guy here might be still connected. But we'll test everything. We'll make sure. So I already loosened this one because I got ahead of myself. Just lower engine bolt. Yay. And then I'm going to do, I think, the topmost. And then the middle one. And then I'm going to try to lower the whole thing down. Why am I doing this by myself? I don't know. I should probably call my wife. Her to help me. Right. But, oh well. Ugh, these are filthy too. So, like I've said every step of the way, is everything's going to get cleaned. Actually, I got an ultrasonic cleaner. Maybe I'll throw all these parts in that and let it kind of work its magic for a bit. See what happens. See how it all comes out. Yeah. But yeah, these are pretty gross. We'll get everything cleaned up. We'll clean all the threads out of everything, and we'll make it look nice. This is something I started doing, is cleaning a lot of the threads out of everything I've got when I bought that XS650, just because it was grosser. So far I've needed my 14 mil and my 14 mil. I got an extension because it's easier. So 1, 2, and that third one was down here. Just gonna give these a twist if I can. Tight. Wow. Okay. And I mean, they're supposed to be tight, but dang, really tight. Okay, so we're on the bike, and what we should do, and we are going to do, is I'm going to take the beautiful new painted caliper and a grinder, which are in no way related to each other in this project. Okay, as I promised to myself, we'd move that out of the way and knock something over. Stuff fell off. We're fine. All good. Being sloppy again. So on this side, down in here was engine bolt 1, 2, 3. So I guess technically 1, 2, 3. This is the middle one. We're just going to get that on there. It will go where? There. Then just by turning it, it'll catch. And we should be good. And this is only because I'm working by myself. We'll pick up as we go. Okay. And for this, we're going to get a different tool. A little more levered. These were really tight. May have been a little over the 44 foot-pounds. There it goes. Okay, now I know this isn't probably the best way to do this, but it'll work. Very easy now that those are loose. Now I get the impact out and loosen these up quickly, but take it nice and easy. Now one thing I've seen online is they make, and I need to get one, so if anyone wants to send me one, I'll send you my address. A engine stand, or engine jack. It's like a flat pad, just put it underneath here, jack it up, down. If anyone wants to buy me one, yeah, just let me know. I'd love one. If not, I'll probably end up buying one for myself soon, or maybe, depending on how much engine pulling I keep doing. I'm going to try to reach all the way over here. Take this one out. That one's ready to come out, but that one's being a little stubborn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bottom one back in just a bit. Okay, top one, that's the bottom. These shouldn't matter, these should all be the same. The nuts, that is, not the bolts. The bolts may be different. And we're gonna document this here, so when I put it back together in the spring, I can go, hey Zan, look back at this. Look at it. So bottom one's long, top one's small. Get that out of the way. I'm going to take these rubber blocks just in case. I'm going to put them down here so that this does fall at all. Hit the rubber instead of, you know, metal. I also want to weigh this engine, see what it actually weighs, so that everyone knows. Okay. And this may be a two-person job. This may end up me being assisting out on it. Going, I need help. I think the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take this off first. Because this hangs down so low, it'll end up hitting something at some point and bending, with my luck. And we're going to take both of these off. So that one, which looks like it holds on this case. Okay. Let's take the shift lever. Let's take this off, shift lever, and then take just this lower one off, because this one holds the casing on. I don't want to remove that yet. So we'll probably need, what, an 8 or a 10? So let's just grab both while we're here. So the case one is 10, it looks, or 8. This one's 10. Beautiful. Ugh, dirty. Oops. Let's just tighten that too much. You know what? Being the way this is, I'm gonna call an audible. I'm gonna call in an extra hand for this while I take it out. They can also use, I can use extra set of eyes too to make sure I don't break anything. So yeah, I'll be back once this is out. So there she is. Yeah, no, it was pretty simple. I'm glad Heather was here just to give me an extra bit of support for that. Didn't really need her, but just having an extra hand so that she could pull the bolt out. Dropped right down. This guy here is a braided line. I want to say it's fuel. It could be evap, or not evap. It could be like a control valve. It might be something to do with, I'm trying to trace lines right now and talk at the same time. It's not working. I'm gonna say it's fuel, unless this is fuel. No, this is fuel here. Duh, it's a fuel fitting. So this has got to do something with emissions. California, New York State bikes. I don't know if all bikes have it for that, but I know New York and California usually have pretty high emissions. So that's got to be emissions. That wrapped around the, what I'm going to say is the starter motor, because it looks like a starter motor. But yeah, it's out. Slide it this way a bit, out from underneath the bike. Not bad. It's got some moisture on the top back in here. We're gonna take a lot of stuff apart, clean out all the dirt. Oh, the whole float's dirty. Give it a nice cleaning, check valve spacing, just ready to go full checkup on it. This doesn't need to be on here anymore. But yeah, that's it. It's not terribly heavy. You're not gonna see it, but I don't know. It's pretty easy to move around. I'm gonna weigh it for you guys. Different video probably once this is upstairs. And we'll dial this thing in and get it all fixed up, figured out. I might actually take these. I don't think I can take these upstairs. I need these out here. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna put this on upstairs, because I don't want it just laying. I don't think it'll hurt it, but I just don't want it laying on itself. We'll figure it out though. Not a bad day, huh? 4 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna dive into this. I'm gonna set up something on my desk upstairs. Nice overhead camera to show this, along with head cam, probably. I don't know, we'll see. To show you how I'm working on this and what I'm doing. And some cleanup stuff. But I think for the rest of today, gonna wipe a couple of these things down. Rep. And throw them in an ultrasonic cleaner, just see how clean they get. This. Oh, where's that third bolt? Hold on, before we do anything else. One, two. Okay. So the short bolt, and actually, no, I want to clean these first. The short bolt is up in the front. That's the shortest one. The middle and the back bolt are longer. And that's all I got. Everybody ride safe. Keep working on stuff. See you in the next one.